Alrighty. What's up? What's up, everyone? It's been a while. Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host for this evening, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you here live on the U to the Tube. So, I wanted to just, do a live stream, talk about a couple of things going on with the Carolina Panthers. I did want to touch bases on a few recent moves that were made with the Carolina Panthers staff, and also going to talk a little bit of mock draft, the most recent mock draft report on the Carolina Panthers website. Also going to talk about this a little bit about the Senior Bowl. We have our Super Bowl matchup, which is the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. So we got that. And just kind of give my thoughts with the whole situation with Saints coach Sean Payton making the decision to step away from coaching, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady retiring. So let's get right into it. So we know we have our offensive coordinator set in Ben McAdoo. We also now have our special teams coordinator set, and that comes in the form of Chris Tabor, or Tabor. I hope I said that right. But yes, he was recently with the Browns and with the Bears. So he was with the Bears the last 4 seasons, and then before that he was 7 seasons with the Browns. But he brings 14 years of experience as a special teams coordinator, special teams coach. So apparently, with him as special teams coordinator, his history, the Bears have ranked in the top 10 in special teams rankings each of the last 2 years. So apparently, this looks like a good pickup for our coaching staff for special teams. So offensive coordinator has been addressed. Special teams coordinator has been addressed. Now, we are still looking for offensive line and defensive line coaches. We're still looking for those two as well. But this Chris Tabor seems like a good pickup. I mean, 14 years of experience goes quite a long way. But I'm pretty sure he's going to end up doing better than what Chase Blackburn did with us. Here's hoping. But it sounds like this was a good pickup. Definitely sounds like this was a good pickup. He has the experience, and apparently with him as special teams coordinator, he's got quite a good resume with his time with the Bears. And then, he had the time before with the Browns. But something to keep in mind. But it sounds like a good hire. Also, the salary cap manager, Samir Suleiman, just recently got promoted. He is now the vice president of football administration. So, according to our general manager, Scott Fitterer, this position, Samir Suleiman, would have an expanded role in the budget and finance function of the football operations. So apparently he has worked with the Rams, Jaguars, and before the Panthers, he was with the Steelers for 8 years. Now, he was originally the director of player negotiations and salary cap manager. Now, this sounds like a big deal because I think this is going to really play a big major role in what happens with our upcoming salary cap. Because right now, we're sitting at about a $23.8 million salary cap, which is not really a lot. It's not really a lot. And of course, we got some major free agents that, really should be considered keeping. For example, Stephon Gilmore, Hassan Reddick, Frankie Louvu, folks like that. So it's going to be very, very important that this guy really hits a home run as far as making the right type of decisions, help give this team some more cap. Now, I know that's going to involve sacrificing, letting certain players go, whoever that they may be, but we need more cap. 23.8 million. It's not really a lot of cap. It's not. So we could really use more cap space. Definitely could use more cap space, especially if the idea, just the way the situation is, if the idea is to hopefully get more cap and maybe first look at free agency for O-line to help address the O-line. But we definitely are going to need more cap. 23.8 million can't really do a lot with that. Can't really do a lot with that amount of cap. So hopefully this Samir Suleiman can help make the right moves. Him teaming up with Scott Fitterer can make the right moves to help get some cap, get some more cap. Hey, Nathan John, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we need more cap. So hopefully this is a good move with him being promoted to vice president of football administration with a expanded role in budgeting and finance for the football operation. Now, according to Scott Fitterer, Samir Suleiman's also going to be helping the front office with player evaluation as well. So I think it goes a long way when you add on his experience with free agency and, being that he's had a role in negotiating contracts. Nathan John says, Tabor is a good hire. Shame about every other coach. Yeah, apparently Chris Tabor brings 14 years of experience as a special teams coordinator. Had some good success with the Bears and apparently was with the Browns before that. So it's got quite a resume. So we got that taken care of. We got an offensive coordinator in Ben McAdoo. We still need an offensive line coach and a defensive line coach. So those are still up in the air. Nathan John says, Sean Payton, come on down. Go get him, Fitterer. Outbid Jerry Jones. But he's stepping away from coaching, though. He made the decision that he's stepping away from coaching. So I don't know if he's going to be available, bro. I don't know if he's going to be available. I mean, it would be an upgrade. It would be an upgrade, even though I know a lot of folks aren't going to really agree with the idea of us having Sean Payton because of the whole bounty hunter situation. But my whole thing was he served a suspension. So I mean, what's the deal? He served his time. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous when folks bring a lot of like past stuff back when the person has served whatever punishment or whatever time necessary. I'm sorry, if we can keep bringing back Josh Gordon into the league despite him being suspended 6 times for the same offense, I'm sure we can I'm sure we can deal with Sean Payton, who had this one incident and served his time. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He said he's not retired, just stepped away for a short break. Correct. Yes. There's no telling how long he's going to be stepping away, but yes, that is the case. I don't care about Bountygate exactly. It was a different game back then also. Well, not only that, he served the suspension already. He served the suspension. So, I mean, can they really hold that against him? I mean, that was years ago, and he served the suspension already. So, I want a team who will win, and Peyton is a good coach. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's got the credentials, got the resume. And I believe, if I remember, speaking of coaches, I think somebody had mentioned, somebody made the call. Was it the Vikings? Was it the Vikings that was looking to make the call to Jim Harbaugh? It was either the Vikings or maybe the Dolphins. Some team is trying to make a call to Jim Harbaugh to go get him. If anybody knows, do share. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, Chris Tabor, new special teams coordinator. Samir Suleiman promoted to vice president of football administration. How were the games today, Blitz? The Bengals win was epic. I gotta be honest with you. Being that the Bengals knocked out both the number 1 and number 2 seeds, it would not shock me if the Bengals won the franchise's first Super Bowl. And then Rams versus the Niners, honestly, Rams going to have a big advantage being they're going to be able to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Rams versus Bengals. This should be an epic matchup. Should be an epic matchup. And while we're on the topic, let me say this because, Vikings are interviewing Harbaugh, but I don't believe he wants to coach in the NFL. He's just using the NFL for leverage to get more money out of Michigan, I think. Okay, so it was the Vikings. Thank you for confirmation. I figured it was the Vikings. Okay. There's been a lot of buzz going on. I've been looking at some other podcasts. There have been a lot of other buzz going on about the fact that Joe Burrow and the Bengals are about to be playing in the Super Bowl with the ranked 20th offensive line in the league because of the fact that Joe Burrow is like pretty much at the top or close to the top of the most sacked quarterbacks this season. Before folks start getting carried away, they haven't won the Super Bowl yet. Look, I know what this is leading into. Now, a lot of folks are having second thoughts. Oh, we should go for a quarterback in the draft, should go for a quarterback with that first round. Look, Bengals had the ranked 20th offensive line. We had like the ranked, 30th or so? I think somebody said 31st ranked offensive line. Chill. We need O-line. Just because another team has been able to have some success doesn't mean that is what consistently should happen. That does not mean that is the blueprint that we follow. We have not had a solid O-line. Let's stick to that. Let's stick to that. I understand that all this is not going to be fixed this offseason. I get that. But the O-line has been an issue for a lot longer than the quarterback. Nathan John says, I hope the Bengals win. Yeah, it's a great matchup. Agreed. Yeah, don't read too far into that. You still need an O-line. Oh, I'm still staying by that. O-line first. I'm still staying by that. I'm not falling for that. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm not falling for it. Burrow had his knee blown up last year, remember? Burrow won't last if they don't fix it. Facts. 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 Even if we were to get a Kenny Pickett or whatnot, and let's say he balls out in the Senior Bowl or whatnot. If we can't protect him, how much of a difference is it going to make between having him or having Sam Darnold or anybody else? He's going to get killed. A lot of folks saying, oh, we got to get a quarterback now. We got to get a quarterback now. Look what the Bengals have been able to do. We're not the Bengals. We're not the Bengals. We're worse. That's why they're in the playoffs. That's why they have a better offense than us. They beat the number 1 and number 2 seeds. We can't even beat teams that we're supposed to beat. Chill. We can't even beat teams that we're supposed to beat. Everybody getting so up in the fields. Oh, the Bengals can do it. We can do it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Do y'all realize we're a worse team than the Bengals? Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget that? We lost to the entire NFC East this season. Hello? We finished the year with a ranked 30th offense. Wake up! Oh, man. Nathan John says, none of the quarterbacks in this draft are as good as Burrow. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Yeah, I know people act like we are better. We're a dumpster fire. Bengals been building well for 3 years. Yeah, like, I don't know what is up with, oh, let's mimic that example. When we're not even anywhere close to what the Bengals have done, nor their example. I mean, ranked 20th offensive line is a lot better than what we have. Yes, I understand. They're getting ready to play in the Super Bowl. Sure. Great. They made it with a ranked 20th offensive line. But try doing that with the same offensive line ranking season after season after season. I bet you they wouldn't get into the Super Bowl every year. I bet you that. Go ahead. Try having the same ranking offensive line year after year after year after year. See how many Super Bowls you win. Do 10 years straight. See how many Super Bowls you win 10 years straight with a ranked 20th offensive line. People deluded, bro. Panther fans dreaming if they think a quarterback is all we need. And by the way, today's game was won by the Bengals defense, not Joe Burrow. Well, I mean, Mahomes did throw 2 picks in the second half, and they only scored three points in the second half. So if anything, definitely that defense really, really showed up in that second half. So I would have to agree. That defense just did a complete 180 and just stifled the Chiefs. It was crazy. It was really crazy. But it's just like once again, I reiterate, all these same fans talking about, ooh, Sean Payton, he's stepping away from coaching. Ooh, Tom Brady's retiring. We're gonna totally win the NFC South now. No, we're not. Think again. We couldn't even beat the Giants, a Daniel Jones-led Giants. We couldn't even beat them. We couldn't even beat the Eagles, and at the time, they had a worse record than us. And we lost to them at home. We couldn't even beat the Washington team. And yet Cam Newton had a great game. And when you think about it, it's 2 back-to-back seasons where we've lost games we had no business losing to. Oh, but because Tom Brady's retiring, because Matt Ryan's old now, and Saints are still in quarterback limbo. Oh, because Sean Payton is stepping away. We're gonna easily take the NFC South. Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, despite losing to the entire NFC West, or excuse me, NFC East, we have to play the entire NFC West next season and the entire AFC North, as well as everybody in the NFC South twice. But we're gonna win the division. Oh yeah. But we're gonna win. We're gonna win the division easily. All those folks are gone. We're gonna win the division. Nathan John says it's so sad. We should be primed to win the NFC South for years, but we stuffed up the rebuild totally. And if you ask me, we ain't gonna do it under Matt Rule. I still don't think we're gonna do it under Matt Rule. Part of me feels like if we get more than 5 wins next season, that's a win. As sad as that sounds. But like I said, there is hope. If we can get some more cap back to add to our 23.8 million, if we can get some more cap added to that, we can do a couple more things. But if anything, I don't doubt that there is the possibility of us going with a quarterback in the number 1 draft, or in the first round. I mean, being that we have Ben McAdoo, who has an eye for quarterbacks, apparently that's what the deal is. And just all this buzz and all these folks praising and just all on the Bengals, which, like I said, I give the Bengals their credit. They're going to the Super Bowl. They did their thing. They knocked out the number 1 and number 2 seeds. I give them credit. But, y'all, we need O-line. And we need a 2nd and 3rd round pick, because we don't have those either. I know we aren't. I hope we lose them all and end up with the 1st round pick. Good quarterback draft next year. We need a top 3 pick. I bloody hope not. You want the tank to roll out for next season. Ew. You know how I feel about tanking, Nathan John. But I got you though. Is not tanking. Oh, just by default, regardless of whether we try or not, we gonna lose. I feel you. We just suck. Yeah, I feel you. I got you. Next year is a time to draft one. This year is a good O-line draft. Fix the O-line so our rookie coming in next year has something to work with. Not to mention, we have to also remember, we're gonna have to take our hit with Sam Darnold. We picked up his 5th-year option. Let's eat that L, see what he could possibly do in one last ditch effort to play with a solid O-line, a potentially solid, much better O-line than we've seen in a long time. And he can't really make any excuses. If we patch up this O-line and Sam Darnold still sucks, that tells you something. That really, I think, seals it that he's a bust. Nathan John says, I'll just take sucking. Get rid of this coaching staff and gain the #1 pick in the process. Yet Rule deserves to go down with Sam Darnold. Yikes. But don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. So I just, seriously, like I said, I love the Carolina Panthers Nation, but to a lot of the folks that are just like, oh, look at what the Bengals are doing. We got to get a quarterback. Y'all need to really chill on that. Bengals have a much better team, and their O-line is nowhere near as bad as our O-line. Let's just keep it real. Y'all know it. I know it. Let's just keep it real. Because if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have the ranked 30th offense. Just saying. Just saying. We should follow in that example, yet we have a worse O-line and we have the 30th ranked offense. Come on now. I love y'all, but come on now. Panther fans need to come back to reality. Join us on planet Earth. In all honesty, bro, I agree. I agree. So, wanted to take a look at the mock draft report 1.0 from the Panthers website. So, something that I thought was interesting looking at the mock draft. So, there's a couple of people on here, pretty much a handful of people, all are going Charles Cross with that first round pick. Pretty much the only person, so Mel Kiper Jr., Ryan Wilson, Trevor Sikkema, Dane Bergler, Brian Perez, all are picking Charles Cross, #1. Carolina goes Charles Cross, #1. Daniel Jeremiah is actually going cornerback Ahmad Gardner. And his explanation for this is, and I quote, Panthers will likely have their pick of any quarterback in the draft, but barring an unexpected move, they're committed, at least financially, to Sam Darnold for one more season, which that's a fair point. Ahmad Gardner is the most gifted cornerback in the draft and would team with Carolina's first rounder last season of J.C. Horn to give the Panthers the best young duo in the NFL. I don't know where he came to that conclusion, but I don't know Ahmad Gardner, but I really feel like O-line is where we need to go. And everybody and all the others are going Charles Cross. Like I said, Ikwanu, Charles Cross, Tyler Lindenbaum, like those are some examples I'd be cool with. Those examples. Evan Neal, but I doubt he'll fall to us. But I would be cool with Ikem Ikwanu or Charles Cross, Tyler Lindenbaum. I'd be cool with them. Jeremiah on crack. Dang, that was savage. We aren't taking a taking a corner. The least likely position, my opinion, out of any. TJ Henderson and JC Horn will be our starting corners next year. Yeah, unless we can get some more cap, it's going to be hard bringing back Stephon Gilmore, unfortunately. And I know they said they are open to bringing back Dante Jackson. I don't think it's going to happen. But at least we know we got Henderson, we got Horn, we got Bouye. I mean, we got an evolving Keith Taylor. So I mean, we're gonna have a young secondary, but a secondary that can still be growing and evolving. But man, I really want Stephon Gilmore back so badly, because I know that would be a ginormous boost for the secondary. Excuse me. But yeah, everybody else agrees Charles Cross from Mississippi State. There was even Mel Kiper Jr. I really liked his explanation, but it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder a few things. So Mel Kiper Jr.'s explanation. So he too picked Charles Cross. He says, and I quote, "This is an easy call based on Carolina's biggest weakness. It has to get a better left tackle. The Panthers ranked last in the league in yards per play with 4.6 and 28 in sacks allowed, 52 sacks. They went into the season with journeyman Cameron Irving and finished with Brady Christensen. Taylor Moton is solid at right tackle, but they can upgrade the left side with this pick. Charles Cross, big improvement in 2020 to 2021, only allowing a single sack. And he can be a big-time NFL left tackle. It's not a reach pick. Panthers need to hit here because they don't have a second or third round pick, of course, due to the trades for Sam Darnold and CJ Henderson. This is a massive draft for Matt Rule, who fired the offensive coordinator and might have to make the playoffs in 2022 to keep his job. Facts. I do agree with that. In order that Matt Rule can stay, he would have to make the playoffs next season. Now, the comment he made about it has to get a better left tackle, while Charles Cross could be the better left tackle, I still feel like you gotta let Brady Christensen compete as well for it. Only because he did finish strong. He did finish strong. I think I would still have him compete for that spot and see how that goes. But that's just my personal opinion. But a lot of strong praises for Charles Cross. And at least what a lot of these analysts are mentioning is, while quarterback may make sense in some degree, O-line has been a longer weakness. So something to remember. But I still feel like during this offseason, I still think there is going to be a strong push for a quarterback, perhaps in free agency. Or if some way, somehow, they can trade Sam Darnold. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But if they could somehow trade Sam Darnold, I know a lot of talks about possibly Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. They may try to get back into the market for Deshaun Watson, but I do believe they may still try to push to get a quarterback in free agency, a bridge quarterback, perhaps, if they're not going to go hard on Sam Darnold. The only thing that makes me nervous is if they don't land a quarterback in free agency, that might end up giving them more incentive to take a quarterback in that first round. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. It's the only thing I'm afraid of. So, oh man. But I still strongly support going O-line hard with a combination of free agency and the draft. But it looks like it may end up being more so the draft, because I really am not sure about how the cap is going to look, or if we end up getting more cap. We should try to get more cap, but more so, we need to try to get that second and third round pick. We need to get those 2 picks. To have a pick in the first round and not get any more picks that round, and not picking again until round 4, that's going to hurt. Hey, Mactown Tony, good to see you. What up, what up? Matt Fool might not make it through the offseason. Well, here's hoping by some shade of a miracle. But yeah, we really, the cap situation and just the idea of not being able to hit a home run with a quarterback in free agency may really squander the plan of really going heavy on O-line in the draft. So it's got me worried. It's definitely got me worried. And then we still need a D-line coach and an O-line coach. And right now, currently sitting at $23.8 million in cap space. They're going to have to really, really, really be very precise with the negotiations and picking the right folks to bring back or to acquire. Now, I know a lot of folks have mixed opinions about the idea of us getting Kirk Cousins, because there's a lot of folks that strongly feel like we're going to get Kirk Cousins or trade for Kirk Cousins. One, it's going to depend on who we're getting rid of for him. And second of all, regardless, it would be an upgrade at quarterback over Sam Darnold, hands down. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. That is clearly an upgrade at quarterback. I mean, we can feel how we want to feel about Kirk Cousins, but I think we can all agree that he's a big upgrade over Sam Darnold. And also something tells me that Gronk is probably also going to retire as well, since Brady's retiring. I think Gronk is probably going to be right behind him as well and retire. I think he's going to retire as well. But, I mean, just looking at what a lot of folks are saying, just with this NFC South division, I know there's been some buzz behind Calvin Ridley, perhaps leaving Atlanta. Of course, Sean Payton stepping away. For how long, we have no idea. But we at least know that it sounds like it's at least going to be for a season. at least one season. Because technically, we have to remember, Sean Payton is still under contract for at least, I think, 2 or 3 more years. Because remember, he signed an extension in 2019. So, if anything, whoever would be the interim coach or whatnot would step in. But I assume that he's only going to be gone for maybe a season. And then he'll probably be right back. But like I said, a lot of folks that are believing that this division is ours are crazy. But I do agree that we have to hit the playoffs next season in order for Matt Rule to keep his job, which I don't see happening. I really don't see happening. If anything, what I'm hoping for next season, if some way, somehow, one, if we can get our offense to go from 30th to at least 18th, that'll be a big win. If we can get more than 5 wins, that'll be a big win. And honestly, just a better O-line, a premier better O-line. And if anything, Matt Rule gone, because I don't see us making the playoffs. But speaking of quarterbacks, Mac Tony says, Cam is here. We can draft a quarterback next year. Draft O-line in this draft, build this O-line, and draft a quarterback and another O-lineman next year. Here's the thing. Cam had mentioned that he wants to keep playing, but he wants to go to a winning team. And with our cap being at $23.8 million currently, unless Cam is willing to take another incentive-laced deal to come back, I don't see it happening. So, yeah, as much as I would be willing to give Cam another chance, I don't see it happening because he doesn't want it. He wants to come to a winning team. But I do agree with the draft O-line, build up the O-line. I do agree with that, though. Joe Valesco says, have you heard about Tom Brady? What, his retirement? Or something else? But yeah, I think this year, yeah, Joe Valesco, yeah, his retirement. Yep, 22 seasons, Tom Brady's retiring. But like I said, with him gone, I mean, great, bye, cool, but it's not like it's going to help us out. That's not going to help us out. It's not going to help out the Panthers because we still suck. We still can't win games. So I mean, it doesn't really help us that much. It really doesn't. So sorry to say. I'd say maybe give us 2 or 3 more years. Maybe we'll win the division. Maybe we'll win the NFC South again. Maybe give it 2 or 3 more years, perhaps. But we ain't winning the division anytime soon. I can tell y'all that right now. I wish and hope to be wrong on that. But we're not winning the NFC South. We couldn't even beat anybody in the NFC East this year. And like I said, we got to play everybody in the NFC South twice. We got to play everybody in the NFC West and the AFC North next season. And guess what? One of those teams in the AFC North is the Cincinnati Bengals, who are going to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But like I said, that's the Bengals. That's not us. That's not us. Senior Bowl. So it's been said that Pittsburgh's Kenny Pickett, Liberty's Malik Willis, North Carolina's Sam Howell, Cincinnati's Desmond Ridder, Carson Strong from Nevada, and Bailey Zapp from Western Kentucky is going to be in this game. I guess Matt Corral is not going to be there. Huh. Interesting. So he's not going to be there apparently. But Panthers are going to take a look at apparently these 6 quarterbacks. Any of those names interest y'all? Just out of curiosity, I'll go over them again. Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh, Malik Willis from Liberty, Sam Howell from North Carolina, Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati, Carson Strong from Nevada, and Bailey Zapp from Western Kentucky. Any of those quarterback names pique y'all's interest? Let me know what y'all think. But those are the 6 quarterbacks Carolina's going to be looking at strongly. But speaking of this Rams-Bengals Super Bowl matchup, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. Both teams are hungry, especially the Bengals. They're very hungry. Odell Beckham Jr. This is his opportunity. Matthew Stafford is playing with a ginormous chip on his shoulder. And he is going to be playing in his first Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford. Somebody I wish we could have possibly gotten, but Matthew Stafford hit pay dirt, and he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Former first-round pick, drafted to the Lions, and he's getting ready to play in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, in only his second year, coming out of LSU, and he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl with his teammate, Jamar Chase. I tell you, this year's playoffs has been crazy. Been really, really crazy. And they're going to be playing this Super Bowl in SoFi Stadium as well. Man, the Rams getting home cooking. But like I said, and if I remember correctly, I think we play both of these teams next season. Hold up. I think we play both of these teams next season. Let me check. Well, when you look at that, we got to play both Super Bowl teams next season. Both are away games, too. Yeah, we got to play the Rams and the Bengals next season. And both of these teams are going to be in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Oh, but yeah, we're no Tom Brady, no Sean Payton. Yeah, we're gonna win the NFC South though. Yeah, 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 sure. Oh man. I stress once again, I'm standing strong with we need O line first. We need O line first. Yes, we need quarterback, but O line has been a problem a whole lot longer than quarterback. A whole lot longer than quarterback. If we can't protect them, it's not going to mean anything. Just got to keep it real. Just got to keep it real. And when you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these teams that we're playing next year, one of them twice, were in the playoffs this year. I'm just saying. Matt Rule is going to have a tough time if we don't hit a home run this offseason and with this 2022 draft. This upcoming season is going to really be bad or potentially worse. So we gotta get it right. We gotta get it right. We gotta hit the jackpot. We gotta hit it right this offseason. Like I said, Chris Tabor for special teams coordinator, good pickup. Ben McAdoo, offensive coordinator, iffy, but has experience and has had some success before. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but let's see what he can do this time around. That's all I can really say about that. He's not my first pick. I'm sure he's not a lot of people's first picks or even close, but he sounds like he can't do any worse than Joe Brady. So I'll just leave it at that. Samir Suleiman got promoted to VP of football operations. He's known for his contract negotiating and funding and that sort of thing. So hopefully he can really contribute to the whole salary cap. He was a salary cap manager, got promoted. So hopefully he can be able to fix this cap situation and make the right kind of moves to get us more cap, because we need it. We're going to need it because there's not really a whole lot we can do with $23.8 million. I'm just saying. Still need an offensive line coach. Still need a defensive line coach. And we'll just have to wait and see how contract negotiations and such go as far as who to bring back. Like I said, I would love Stephon Gilmore back. I don't think. Word says that he's asking for $15 million. I just don't see it happening. Hassan Reddick, I don't know how much he's asking for, but that's also going to be tough. Yeah, I have no idea who they're going to bring back. that's a free agent. As much as I want Cam back, he wants to go to a winning team, and we're not a winning team. So I mean, I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. We need to get a second and third round pick badly. It's a must. Unless we're going to get some, some way, somehow to get some extra picks in the first round, which I doubt it, we need to get a second and third round pick. Because we're going to miss out on a lot between the first round and the fourth round. Unless we hit jackpot in the free agency, I doubt it. But we need that second and third round pick. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but slowly but surely moves are being made. And like I said, with Mock Draft 1.0 on the Carolina Panthers website, looks like a lot of folks are going Charles Cross. One person went Ahmad Gardner. I don't know why, but yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the recent signings, recent promotion. Let me know who y'all think is going to win the Super Bowl. Off-season goals and needs that you feel need to be done for Carolina. And yeah, we'll go from there. This has been another Carolina Panthers Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Have a blessed week, everybody. Take care. Peace.